Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. The screen is also visible, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, yesterday we have started with the improper integrals. We have talked about its convergence. Then we have started with the beta gamma function definition and certain properties of it also. So let us recall the definitions and property we have discussed, then we'll go for the examples. So gamma function, it is denoted with this symbol capital gamma, and whenever x is any positive real number, then this is defined as the integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus t raised to x minus 1 dt. So t is the dummy variable of integration. Here you have to concentrate on, first of all, e raised to minus t has to be there in the integrand. Of course, t coefficient is 1. Coefficient of t is, if I consider negative sign by default in the gamma function, then coefficient of t is 1. Then that variable t raised to x minus 1. So that x is nothing but the argument of the gamma function. That is what we have seen. Then beta function is denoted with the capital B, and m and n are positive number. So in that case, beta function is defined as the integral from 0 to 1 x raised to m minus 1 1 minus x raised to n minus 1 dx. So in this one, the default or dummy variable of the integration is x, right? After that, we have seen the properties that what will be gamma 1?
One.
1. Very good. If I consider gamma of n plus 1, what is the formula for it?
n
N
factorial.
factorial.
Or n gamma n.
N gamma n for any number, and it is n factorial. You can write in this bracket n factorial if n is any natural number, right? And then beta, for beta function argument order is not important, that is beta mn is same as beta n and beta m, sorry, beta n m. After that, we have seen one example that value of gamma 1 by 2 is
Root pi.
square root of pi. Very good. And hence you can evaluate this gamma function at 3 by 2, 5 by 2, 7 by 2, and so on, right? So those quantities we have seen yesterday. This is what I am talking about, right? So after this, we have seen the representation of beta function in terms of sine and cosine function. So it is beta m n is equal to, it is 2 times integral 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 2m minus 1 theta, just wait, into cos raised to 2n minus 1 theta d theta. And when you replace this 2m minus 1 by p and 2n minus 1 by q, then you will have the representation as 0 to pi by 2 integral with 2, and this is sine px cos qx dx, or you can write it in terms of theta also, but at that time the corresponding beta argument will be changed to m will become p plus 1 by 2 and n will become q plus 1 by 2, right? And then we have seen the relation between beta function and gamma function. So what is it?
Ma'am, beta of mn is equals to gamma of m into gamma of n upon gamma of m plus n.
Very good, right? So from applying this particular formula to this integral, so what it will be? So it is gamma p plus 1 by 2 gamma q plus 1 by 2 अपॉन गामा ऑफ m प्लस n, तो p प्लस 1 प्लस q प्लस 1, तो p प्लस q प्लस 2 बाई 2. तो सिर्फ ये इंटीग्रल पूछा है, तो यू हैव टू टेक दिस 2 to this side in the denominator, otherwise you can remember this formula also. So that is what I want to talk about, the properties of the beta gamma function, right? Of course this p and q are positive real number. So let us start now with the examples. So first example I will take, evaluate integration 0 to pi by 2 square root of 10x dx, राइट. ये आप अपने जनरल अपने अब तक जो कैलकुलस आप लोग पढ़े हो, इंटीग्रेशंस पढ़े हो, तो यू कैन नॉट सॉल्व दिस इंटीग्रल यूजिंग without using this beta function, right? So that is what the application of beta function is. So here you can see that integral is from 0 to pi by 2, and you can see from this example these definitions. So gamma function will require the integral limits 0 to infinity. Beta function can be considered in terms of integration either from 0 to 1 or from 0 to pi by 2, right? So यहाँ पर 0 to pi by 2 दिया हुआ है, तो we can use this formula. So let us write down first, since tan function is involved, so it is sine upon cos. So this is nothing but sine raised to 1 by 2 cos raised to minus 1 by 2, right? So we are going to use this formula. So let us write down the formula for this one. So we will write in the solution that we know that for p q greater than 0, 2 times integral 0 to pi by 2 sine p x cos qx dx is equal to beta p plus 1 by 2 q plus 1 by 2 is same as gamma of p plus 1 by 2 gamma of q plus 1 by 2 divided by sum of these two. So it is p plus q plus 2 divided by 2. So that is what we have. Now given integral, let me consider it as I. So I is equal to 0 to pi by 2 square root of 10x dx, which is equal to 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 1 by 2x cos raised to minus 1 by 2x dx, right? So यहाँ पर if you compare this with this one, let me give this as star, right? So let us do one thing, that 2 I will consider in the denominator of this one, right? Here also I have to write 1 by 2. So this, comparing this integral with the star, we can see that p can be considered as 1 by 2, q can be considered as minus 1 by 2. Rest of the things are same, limits as well as the other quantities. So right hand side will be also same, right? So we can see with the use of star by taking p is equal to 1 by 2 and q is equal to minus 1 by 2, we get, so I will write I is equal to, तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, तो it is 1 by 2 beta of p is 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 2 comma q is minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 2. So if you simplify this one, 3 by 2 divided by 2, so 3 by 4, 1 by 2 divided by 2, so it is 1 by 4. So that is what the evaluation is. If you are going to use these functions in the mathematical softwares, so right now in the MATLAB, in Mathematica, or Scilab, in all these softwares, by default they have given the beta function as well as gamma function. So when you write down the beta with the argument 3 by 4 and 1 by 4, those softwares will directly give you the answer. So that is what here you have to end, that this is the particular answer of the question. We are not going to convert it in terms of the gamma function because gamma function values are actually derived from the softwares, and for multiple of 1 by 2 you know the values of the gamma function. So if they are in the form of 1 by 2, then we will convert the beta function in terms of gamma function. Otherwise we will keep beta function as it is if they are not the multiple of 1 by 2, right? So this is what the example corresponds to the beta function. In the material it is solved example, but there is a one mistake that you have to correct in your, oh, it is the first topic, so I have to, yeah, here the 2 is not considered either on this side or on this side. So in this expression 1 by 2 has to be there, right? So that is what one correction corresponds to this solve example, right? I will erase this one. So that is what the correction is there in the material it is given, right? Now let us do the other examples based on this one. Okay, so this is what we have seen yesterday, gamma 1 by 2. So now we are going to take this second number example. So let me write it. Evaluate 0 to infinity integral x raised to 7 raised to minus x dx, right? You want to evaluate this integral. First of all, since limits of the integrals are 0 and infinity, you have to consider that gamma function will be involved in this one. But for the gamma function, integrand has to be e raised to minus t into t raised to something minus 1, right? So we have to convert this integral in terms of the exponential form. So x raised to x is the dummy variable over here. So x raised to something minus 1 has to be there, and this is in terms of e raised to minus something into x, right? तो इसको तो हम एक्सपोनेंशियल में कन्वर्ट नहीं कर सकते, बट दिस इज वन काइंड ऑफ एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन ओनली. एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन ए रेस टू एक्स जब भी होता है उसको एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन ही बोलते हैं. जब a इज इक्वल टू e ले लेते हो तो दिस इज द स्टैंडर्ड एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन. You know that whenever such a quantity are given, for example alpha raised to beta is given, we can write it in terms of exponential and logarithm function. How? So e raised to log, both are inverse of each other, so this is nothing but the identity function. Alpha raised to beta, I can write this as this one, and this is same as e raised to beta log alpha for any real number alpha and beta. Actually this formula is true for complex numbers as well, but this is just for your information. Here we are not going to use the complex number, these are just dealing with the real number. So we can write alpha raised to beta as e raised to beta log alpha. So here if I will consider I as this given integral, right? So using this formula I will write the next step, this one. So I can write this as 0 to infinity x raised to 7 as it is, but now I can write this as e raised to minus x log 7 dx, right? इसको हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं. Now to convert this in terms of beta function, sorry gamma function, I must have e raised to minus जो भी डमी वेरिएबल है इंटीग्रेशन का उसका कोफिशिएंट हमेशा 1 ही रहना चाहिए, राइट? आई हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन यू दिस इंस्ट्रक्शन व्हेन आई हैव टेकन दिस डेफिनेशन. सो ई रेज टू माइनस टी, तो टी का कोफिशिएंट 1 ही रहना चाहिए इफ वी कंसीडर नेगेटिव साइन बाय डिफॉल्ट कॉमन फॉर द बीटा गामा फंक्शन. तो यहाँ पर x के साथ कोफिशिएंट log 7 है, राइट? तो व्हाट वी विल डू, वी विल कंसीडर x log 7 as some another variable t. तो ये पूरा कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा t के टर्म्स में, राइट? सो इन दैट केस x is nothing but t upon log 7, and therefore dx will be what? We have to convert the entire integral in terms of t variable now. So dx will be 1 upon log 7 dt, and as x tends to 0, t will be also tending to 0, right? And as x tends to infinity, तो ये infinity की तरफ जाएगा तो log 7 into infinity भी infinity की तरफ ही जाएगा, तो integral limits will be 0 to infinity only. So let us substitute these values. So therefore I is equal to 0 to infinity x raised to 7. So that is t upon log 7 raised to 7 into e raised to, now x log 7 we have considered as t, so this will become e raised to minus t into dx. So dx is 1 upon log 7 dt, right? So let us consider the constant quantities outside of the integral. So you can see that log 7 being constant, we can take it outside. So this is power 7 plus 1 in the denominator. So 1 upon log 7 raised to 8. Let us write now the integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus t. I will write first because it is the standard first term in the integrand of the gamma function. Then it is t raised to 7 dt. But to use the definition of gamma function, I must need negative sign over here. So what I will do, I will add and subtract 1 in this quantity. So now what this integral will represent? What this entire integral will represent now?
Gamma of 8.
Gamma.
Gamma of 8. And
8.
you know that whenever natural numbers are there, what will be gamma 8? 8 is natural.
7 factorial.
7
7 factor.
not 8 factorial. Gamma n plus 1 is n factorial. So here n is 7. So 7 factorial upon log 7 raised to 8. So that is what the answer of this one, right? समझ में आया सबको कैसे कन्वर्ट करना है गामा फंक्शन में, कैसे उसको इवैल्यूएट करेंगे? फ्रॉम दिस एग्जांपल डू यू हैव एनी डाउट? Do you want to ask something about this example? If not, then let us move ahead for other examples. This we are going to consider now. ये एग्जाम्पल में आप देख सकते हो कि x रेज टू 1/2 है एंड 1 माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर रेज टू 1/3 है. 0 to 1 आपको इंटीग्रल दिया हुआ है, तो इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इन टर्म्स ऑफ बीटा इंटीग्रल, राइट? तो क्या करोगे आप लोग? यू विल कंसीडर एक्स स्क्वायर. बीटा इंटीग्रल के लिए क्या चाहिए? इंटीग्रांड x एंड 1 माइनस एक्स चाहिए, राइट? तो एक्स स्क्वायर विल क्रिएट अ हर्डल, तो कंसीडर एक्स स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू t. So in that case, you will convert dx in terms of t variable. Integrand limit will be changed to 1, changed to 0 to 1 only. They will not change if you consider x square is equal to t, and corresponding integral will be now converted in terms of beta function, right? Let us consider this one. Evaluate 0 to 1 dx square root of 1 minus x raised to n. Evaluate 0 to 1 dx upon square root of 1 minus x raised to n. This you can see it is an improper integral of second kind, क्योंकि आप यहाँ पे 0 to 1 तो finite interval है, but 1 रखोगे denominator में तो this will become undefined and discontinuous at endpoint 1. So all these are improper integrals, right? This is just for your knowledge. तो कैसे solve करेंगे इसको? Anyone having any idea?
x को n को t ले लेते हैं.
X raised to
n है ना, ऊपर लाएंगे, मतलब वो 1 माइनस एक्स रेज टू n की पावर -1/2 है, तो x रेज को t ले लेंगे,
very
तो
good.
1 t हो जाएगा.
Yes, right. So this is nothing but 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to n raised to minus 1 by 2 dx, right? So let me consider first I is equal to 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to n raised to minus 1 by 2 dx. तो x raised to n ये जो है 0 to 1 इंटीग्रल है, तो आप इमेजिन कर सकते हो कि इट कैन बी कन्वर्टेड टू बीटा फंक्शन, कैन बी, राइट? तो उस केस में बीटा फंक्शन का जो 0 to 1 वाली डेफिनेशन आप अगर रिफर करोगे तो यू विल नीड x एंड 1 माइनस एक्स एज एन इंटीग्रांड. तो x रेज टू n है, अगर हम उसको अनदर सब्स्टिट्यूशन t ले लेते हैं, देन लेट अस सी व्हाट विल गेट द करस्पॉन्डिंग इंटीग्रांड. सो लेट x रेज टू n इज इक्वल टू t implies x जो है विच इज सेम एज t रेज टू 1 अपॉन n, और यहाँ से यू कैन सी n into x raised to n minus 1 dx will be dt, right? So in that case what will be dx? आप यहाँ से भी कर सकते हो evaluate, right? So dx is equal to 1 upon n. Actually it will contain x raised to 1 minus n. So what is x? X we have written over here that it is, let me write the entire quantity, otherwise some of you will get confused. So x raised to 1 minus n dt, and let us convert this x now. So x is t raised to 1 upon n raised to 1 minus n dt. So when you simplify, this is 1 upon n t raised to 1 minus n minus 1 dt. आप यहाँ से भी सीधा डेरिवेटिव ले लोगे तो you will get this one only, okay? So यहाँ से ही सीधा ले लोगे तो it will be more convenient. 1 upon n t raised to 1 minus n minus 1 dt, right? So and integrand limits will be what? So as x tending to 0, t tending to 0, x tending to 1, t also tending to 1, right? So as x tends to 0, t tends to 0, x tends to 1, t will be also tending to 1, right? Therefore I is equal to, so integration limit 0 to infinity, 1 minus x raised to n is t, so this one will be 1 minus t raised to minus 1 by t into dx. dx is nothing but 1 upon n t raised to 1 minus n minus 1 dt, right? So this is 1 upon n, I can take outside, this is not 0 to infinity, this is 0 to 1. So integration 0 to 1. If I want to write down in terms of the gamma function, so first I will write t raised to 1 upon n minus 1 into 1 minus t raised to minus 1 by 2 dt. But if you recall the definition of beta function, which is in terms of the integral 0 to 1, then you can see that it is in terms of m minus 1 and n minus 1. So here you can see that already we have the first quantity in terms of m minus 1, but for the second one we will add and subtract minus 1. So this is now your n, right? So this I can write it as beta of 1 upon n and minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So it is 1 by 2. Now since 1 by 2 is occurred, so we can see that gamma 1 by 2 will be there if we use the formula, and therefore we'll have the some kind of sort of value of the answer. So we will apply now the gamma function relation of beta function. So it is gamma 1 upon n gamma 1 by 2 upon gamma of addition of these two, so 1 upon n plus 1 upon 2. So this one and this one, if we choose the specific values of n, then we can have the answer. But now gamma 1 by 2 is square root of pi, so that we will consider. Upon n is already there, so gamma 1 upon n upon gamma 1 upon n plus 1 by 2. तो अगर आपने यहाँ पर x square लिया है, suppose 1 minus x square raised to minus 1 by 2, तो corresponding in the formula n will be replaced by 2. Similarly cubic expression लिया है यहाँ पर n is equal to 3 ले लिया है तो corresponding that one. So you have solved this example in a more generalized way. So this is true for any n number, right? That is what. So this is the final answer. Yeah, this is given over here, right? After that, let us consider now this one. आपको solve करना है? अच्छा, ये बाद में सॉल्व करना है. ये एग्जाम्पल उसके सिमिलर है. log 1 upon x is involved, right? तो लेट अस सॉल्व 8 फर्स्ट. उसके बाद ये आप इजीली कर पाओगे. तो लेट अस सॉल्व 8 फर्स्ट, which is x raised to 4 into log 1 upon x raised to 3 dx. एग्जाम्पल समझ में आ रहे हैं ना आप सबको? प्लीज रेज योर हैंड. बीटा गामा फंक्शंस के. Very good. Okay, very good. So let us consider now 8 example. So it is solve integral 0 to 1 x raised to 4 log 1 upon x raised to 3 dx. इसको आपको solve करना है या evaluate करना है. So what will do in this case?
Ma'am, we can consider log 1 upon x as t.
Yes, you देखिए, either it is since x is the dummy variable of the integration, so whether you consider the beta function or the gamma function, x raised to 4 will be there in the both definition. So the problem creating the term is here log 1 upon x. So let us consider log 1 upon x as another substitution, and then we will see which definition will be applicable, right? So let log 1 upon x is equal to t. So implies you can write 1 upon x is equal to e raised to t, right? So implies what is x? E raised to minus t, and therefore dx will be what? So it is minus e raised to minus t dt. तो ये पूरे x और dx की बात हो गई. Let us consider now the values of the upper and lower limits of the integral. तो as x tends to 0, what will be limit of t? What will be limit of t in that case? Infinity. See, 1 upon 0, so this one will be infinity. तो e raised to t infinity के तरफ जा रहा है, तो t भी infinity के तरफ ही जाएगा. This is the graph of exponential function. तो you can consider t rather. So as t goes to infinity, e raised to t will go to infinity. So in this case, and when x is equal to 1, so 1 upon 1 is e raised to t, that is e raised to t is equal to 1. So what will be corresponding value of t? Exponential function का 1 value कब मिलता है? When
T will be 0.
Yes. So these are the limits. Yes, very good. So 0 to 1 वाला जो है, that will go to infinity to 0. So right. So therefore, now I will write I is equal to integral 0 to 1 x raised to 4 log 1 upon x raised to 3 dx. वो कन्वर्ट कहाँ पर होगा? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल 0 वाला लिमिट इन्फिनिटी पे जाएगा, 1 वाला लिमिट 1 पे जाएगा. What is x? तो x is e raised to minus t, so x raised to 4 will be e raised to minus 4t, right? So e raised to minus 4t log 1 upon x we have considered as t, so this is t cube dx. dx is minus e raised to minus t dt. So that minus, sorry, this is 0. So this minus sign will compensate with the limits interchange part. So 0 to infinity I can write because of this negative sign. e raised to minus 4t into e raised to minus t can be considered as e raised to minus 5t t cube dt. Can this be written in terms of gamma function directly? इसको हम सीधा गामा फंक्शन में लिख सकते हैं, yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Why?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, we require e to the power minus t.
Yes, we require e to the power minus t, and here it is minus 5t. So what we have to consider? Let us consider that 5t as some another variable u, right? So 5 dt is equal to du, and as t tends to 0, u will be also tending to 0. t tends to infinity, तो उसको 5 से multiply करोगे तो भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला, तो it will also go to the infinity. So therefore I is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus u, और अभी t जो है वो u by 5 हो गया, तो u by 5 raised to 3 dt will be du by 5, right? So now we can consider 5 to the power 3, and one more is there. So 1 upon 5 raised to 4, 0 to infinity e raised to minus u cube du, but हमें चाहिए minus 1, so we will add and subtract minus 1. So now you can say, what is this? What is this?
Gamma
Dummy
of
variable u. Yes, gamma of
4.
4. And what is gamma of 4?
3 factorial.
3 factor.
3
3
factorial. 5 raised to 4 is 25 into 25, 625. 3 factorial is 6. So integral answer for this one is 6 upon 625. That is what the answer we are also given in this one, right? 6 upon 625. So are you enjoying now beta gamma functions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now you can easily see log 1 upon x can be considered as t, तो dx वाला part जो है वो t में convert हो जाएगा, right? And in that case it will be nothing but gamma n, right? So now can I give it this example, 5th number example as homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do it. If you are not getting it, let me know. I will solve it and give you the answer. Okay, let us consider now 7th one. A raised to 0 to infinity integral limits, and integrand is a raised to b minus b x square dx. इसमें क्या करोगे आप? आपको सॉल्व करना है, ट्राई करना है ये एग्जाम्पल.
हाँ, ma'am.
Okay, करिए. I am giving you 5 minutes to complete this one. Then I will solve it. This is a kind of similar example which we have considered in the second example. 7 raised to minus x था, ऐसे ही यहाँ पर e raised to minus bx square. Anyone of you got the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me show you the answer. Are you getting this one?
Ma'am, I have not simplified.
Okay.
Gamma 3 by 2 upon 2 b raised to 3 by 2.
Gamma 3 by 2 upon b
2b
2b
b raised to 2 by 3. Sorry, 3 by 2.
b raised to 3 by 2.
हाँ मैम, ये 2 के बाद जो b है वो कट कर दो.
ये वाला नहीं आएगा. ओके, बट इट इज नॉट लॉग ए कहीं पर आता ही नहीं है. आप भूल गए क्या?
मैम डन आ गया आंसर.
वेरी गुड. आपने सब्स्टिट्यूशन में कहीं पे गड़बड़ी की है, देखिए. आप लोग अभी भी ट्राई करना चाह, दोज हु आर गेटिंग इट वेरी गुड. दोज हु आर स्टिल ट्राइंग, डू यू वांट सम मोर टाइम और मैं शुरू करूं सॉल्व करना? लेट मी स्टार्ट. ओके, तो पहले तो 0 to infinity है इंटीग्रल लिमिट्स, बट दिस कैन बी कन्वर्टेड इन टर्म्स ऑफ इधर द गामा फंक्शन इंटीग्रांड मीन्स ए रेस टू समथिंग है तो वो एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन में आप कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो. तो फॉर दैट व्हाट और एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन में कन्वर्ट करेंगे तब हमारे पास ये जो क्वांटिटी है वो सिंगल वेरिएबल में चाहिए हमें. तो व्हाट विल डू, वी विल फर्स्ट कंसीडर बी एक्स स्क्वायर एज सम अनदर वेरिएबल t, राइट. उसके बाद e रेस टू माइनस t आएगा, उसको एक्सपोनेंशियल में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. तो लेट अस फर्स्ट कंसीडर दिस सब्स्टिट्यूशन माइनस बी एक्स स्क्वायर एज t. तो इन दैट केस what will be x square, so it is t by b, and therefore x can be considered as square root of t by b, right. तो dx क्या हो जाएगा, तो dx, so 1 upon square root of b will be as it is, and t raised to 1 by 2. So what will be the derivative of it? 1 upon 2 under root, right. So 1 upon 2 square root of t dt. Also the limits x tending to 0, t will be also tending to 0 because b into 0 will be 0, and x tends to infinity, so b into infinity will be also infinity. So limits will remain same for this substitution. So as x tends to 0 implies t tends to 0, and x tends to infinity, t will be also tending to infinity. So therefore I is equal to, which is the given integral, a raised to minus bx square dx will be what? So integral 0 to infinity a raised to minus t dx क्या हो जाएगा, तो it is this one 1 upon 2 root b t raised to minus 1 by 2 dt, right. So we can take 1 upon 2 root b outside of the integral 0 to infinity. a raised to minus t को आप एक्सपोनेंशियल के फॉर्म में लिख सकते हो, राइट. तो कैसे लिखोगे उसको, तो e raised to minus t log a into t raised to minus 1 by 2 dt. So now you can see that this can be easily converted in terms of the gamma function by considering the specific value to this variable. तो क्या लेना पड़ेगा अब substitution?
log a as u.
Log a into t as u. Don't forget t variable, right. So implies t will be what, so it is u upon log a, so that is dt is equal to du upon log a. A is constant quantity, so log a is also constant quantity, right. And if you see t is 0, log a into 0 is 0, so u is 0. T is infinity, so log a into infinity will be also infinity, so limits will remain same. So here I will write as t tends to 0, u will be also tending to 0, and t tends to infinity, u will be also tending to infinity. So therefore I will become 1 upon 2 root b integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus u t raised to minus 1 by 2. So u upon log a raised to minus 1 by 2 dt, right? I have written it correctly, no? Okay, so this is nothing but 1 upon 2 root b log a to the power minus 1 by 2. I can take it outside. Dt, oh sorry, I have to replace dt also over here. It is du upon log a, right? तो ये log a minus 1 by 2 power और ये 1 power, तो it will simplify to 1 minus 1 by 2, that it is just 1 by 2, right? And rest of the thing, so e raised to minus u raised to minus 1 by 2 du, we have to add and subtract 1. So what is this integral will be now?
Gamma of 1 by 2.
Gamma of 1 by 2, right? Square root of b square root of log a, and this is gamma 1 by 2, and we know that gamma 1 by 2 is square root of pi, right? So that is what the answer, root pi upon 2 b log a raised to 1 by 2, right? I have written it separately because sometimes this notation will be confused you, because you can write this as log a to the power b, but here b is in the multiplication of log, so we cannot directly consider that quantity. So that's why I have written this separate square root for both of this quantity. So that is what the answer. After this, let us try 6th number example. इसमें क्या करोगे आप? c रेज टू x है, उसको कन्वर्ट करोगे एक्सपोनेंशियल फॉर्म में, राइट? तो वो क्या हो जाएगा? इट विल बी e रेज टू x log c. तो उसमें log c इज इक्वल टू log c into x is equal to t ले लोगे. Of course this is with the negative sign because it is in the denominator. तो log c into x को t ले लोगे तो corresponding limits change हो जाएगी and it can be easily converted in terms of the gamma function, right? तो होमवर्क में दे दूं?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these two examples are now dealing with the error function. So let us see first definition of error function, then we will come to these examples. Okay, तो जैसे बीटा गामा फंक्शन डिफाइन किया वैसे एरर फंक्शन भी डिफाइन होता है. तो what is that error function? Let me first introduce it to you. It is also in terms of the definition will be in terms of the integration. So first of all, error function, so it is denoted with the letters AR. ER stands for error and F stands for function. So ER F of x. So this is what the notation of the error function, and it is given by the integral 2 upon square root of pi integration 0 to x. जो भी function का argument है that will deal with the upper limit of the integration, and integrand in this case will be e raised to minus t square dt. So this is what the error function definition. 2 upon square root of pi as a multiple of integral रहेगा. इंटीग्रेशन का लोअर लिमिट हमेशा 0 ही होना चाहिए. Upper limit, that is the argument of the function x in this case, and integrand will be dummy variable जो है उसका square power with the negative sign in the exponent of the exponential function, right? So that is what the definition. And similar to that we have complementary error function also. Means ये पूरे real line में आपने 0 to somewhere over here it is given x है, right? तो ये quantity 0 to x के लिए error function आपने define कर दिया, but x to infinity के लिए it will be complementary error function. तो notation for it is this one. Suffix में c आएगा due to the word complementary. So complementary error function is denoted with er of x, erf c of x. 2 upon square root of 5 will be also there. Integrand limit will be now x to infinity. यहाँ से error function defined हुआ और x to infinity की तरफ complementary error function defined हुआ. तो e raised to minus t square dt, right? So this is what the definitions of error function and complementary error function. Both of this definition contains same integrand as well as the multiple, but the change you have to remember is for real number 0 to x, error function is defined, and for x to infinity, complementary error functions are defined, right? There are certain properties of the error function कि एक्चुअली ये गॉसियन फंक्शन आप जब भी आप हायर सेमेस्टर में जाओगे तो स्टैटिस्टिक में यू विल कंसीडर द गॉसियन फंक्शन. It may be possible that you might come across the Gaussian function in your school level, जो syllabus. तो Gaussian function का curve जो होता है, it will be normal distribution curve, right? Distribution आप लोग पढ़ चुके हो, some of you. और ये जो area under the curve होता है, it will always 1, right? So in this case, when you add complementary error function and error function, you will get its answer as always 1. So ERF of x plus ERFC of x is always 1, right? So that is what one property regarding the error function. Other properties, let me show you. Yeah, here. So this is what the error function, this is complementary error function. तो error function 0 जब भी आप लेते हो तो this is integral 0 to 0, so it will give you the answer 0. infinity पे जाओगे infinity तो इसको solve करोगे ये Gaussian function हो जाएगा, तो उसको solve करोगे तो you will get its answer as square root of pi by 2. So that will be eliminated and finally you will get the answer as 1. As I have said, error function और complementary error function को आप जब भी add करोगे तो you will get the corresponding area is equal to 1, and ERF of minus x is same as minus ER of x. तो वो कैसे पता चलेगा, तो यहाँ पे आप सब्स्टिट्यूशन में देखोगे कि x is equal to minus x ले लोगे तो corresponding t इंटीग्रल की लिमिट्स जब भी आप minus t रिप्लेस करोगे तो उस टाइम पे this limits will become 0 to infinity, but negative sign will occur due to that substitution. So therefore ER of minus x is equal to minus ERF of x. Means from this one what I can say, error function is an odd function, right? F of minus x is equal to minus f of x जब भी आपको मिलता है तो ऐसे function को हम odd function बोलते हैं. तो here that condition is satisfied, therefore we can say that error function is an odd function. Such type of question may be asked in the objective type question, right? It is not mentioned in the material, but from this property you can say that it is an odd function. So let us consider now the examples. So these two examples we have to consider. So both of them are corresponds to show that part. So first we are given the integral, right? This is also corresponds to the integral. So let us do first 10 number example, right? So a to infinity e raised to minus 2x minus a whole square is dx is equal to, we want to prove this one, right? So let us do it. Show that integration a to infinity e raised to minus 2x minus a whole square dx is equal to square root of pi upon 4 1 minus ERF at a, right? तो ये हमें प्रूव करना है. So we will start with the LHS part. So let me consider LHS first. So let I is equal to LHS, which is equal to a to infinity e raised to minus 2x minus a होल स्क्वायर dx, राइट. तो ये हमारे पास है. राइट हैंड साइड में आपको पता चल रहा है कि एरर फंक्शन आना चाहिए, राइट. तो एरर फंक्शन if you want then this quantity has to be of the form e raised to minus t square. तो सीधा हमारे पास t square नहीं है but it is 2x minus a is there. So what we'll do, we will take a substitution. 2x minus a is equal to t. So let 2x minus a is equal to t. So implies 2 dx will be what? dt. Directly derivative will be there. And what will be corresponding limits? So as x tends to a, so 2a minus a, so t will be tending to a, right? And as x tends to infinity, so 2 into infinity minus a will be also tending to infinity, right? So therefore I will become a to infinity e raised to minus t square dx will be what? So it is dt by 2, right? So it is equal to 1 by 2 a to infinity e raised to minus t square dt. But ये क्या है? What is this integral?
Complementary error function.
Complementary error function, but इसके साथ square root of 2 upon pi नहीं है, right? What is a complementary error function? It is square root of 2 upon pi, right? 2 upon square root of pi integration x to infinity e raised to minus t square dt. तो आप इंटीग्रल को ऑब्जर्व करोगे तो दिस इज 1 अपॉन 2. यहाँ पर हमें स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ पाई बाई 2 मल्टीप्लाई एंड डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा. तो now this constant quantity with this one is, now what is this? So now you can say it is error, complementary error function at a, because lower limit is a, right, into square root of pi upon 2. So this is nothing but square root of pi by 4 error function, complementary error function at a. But we know that error function at a plus complementary error function at a is 1. So complementary error function is 1 minus error function. So square root of pi by 4, 1 minus ERF at a, and that is what we are asked to prove, which is RHS, right? So कैसे अप्लाई करना है कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री एरर फंक्शन एंड एरर फंक्शन, समझ में आया है? डेफिनेशन एज वेल एज दिस एग्जांपल, प्लीज रेज योर हैंड. Okay, fine. Let us do now 11 number example. Prove that error function is alpha of x root 2, where alpha is represented by this integral. मीन्स अल्फा जो है वो आपको एक फंक्शन के फॉर्म में दिया हुआ है, उसमें x की जगह आर्ग्यूमेंट आप अगर x रूट 2 रखते हो तो you will get the error function. That is what the question is asked, right? So we will start with this definition, alpha of x is equal to this one, then what will be alpha of x root 2, and we will try to show that it is same as the error function, right? So let us start with this one. So for the 11 number example, we are given alpha of x is equal to square root of 2 upon pi integration 0 to x e raised to minus t square by 2 dt. Let me just verify it. Square root of 2 upon pi 0 to x e raised to minus t square by 2 dt. Yes. To prove alpha of x root 2 is equal to एरर फंक्शन ऑफ एक्स. एरर फंक्शन ऑफ एक्स हमें मीन्स हमें क्या मिलना चाहिए? बाय डेफिनेशन वी मस्ट गेट 2 अपॉन स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ पाई 0 टू इंफिनिटी नहीं आएगा 0 टू एक्स 0 टू एक्स ई रेज टू माइनस टी स्क्वायर डी टी. राइट, ये टी की जगह कोई दूसरा डमी वेरिएबल भी आप ऑब्टेन कर सकते हो इन दी इवैल्यूएशन. सो let us start with alpha. Suppose I give this as 1, then from 1 alpha x root 2 क्या हो जाएगा? तो जहां पर भी x है उसकी जगह हो जाएगा x root 2. तो 2 upon square root of 2 upon pi as it is. Integral will be now 0 to x root 2 e raised to minus t square by 2 dt. राइट, अभी हमें इसको एरर फंक्शन में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए ई रेज टू माइनस सम वेरिएबल स्क्वायर ही चाहिए. तो हियर we will consider t square by 2 as some another variable u square, right? So let us consider t square by 2 as u square, right? So implies t square is 2u square, right? So 2t dt is equal to 4u du. So this will be this one. dt is equal to u du upon t, but u are जो of course 2u du, but t will be what? So t can be considered from this one, it is root 2 u, right? So let us substitute the value 2u upon root 2 u du. So this is root 2 du will be the final derivative with respect to t, right? And let us check the limits now. So t tending to 0, u will be tending to 0, and as t tends to x root 2, let me write पॉजिटिव स्क्वायर रूट बोथ द साइड से ले लोगे तो ये हो जाएगा. तो एज t टेंड्स टू root 2x, तो u will be tending to x, right? Because यहाँ पर root 2x आ जाएगा तो u is equal to x आपको मिल जाएगा. Here from this one also you can directly evaluate dt is equal to root 2 du. No need to go for these calculations further. So let us consider now. I have taken it as I have to write alpha x root 2 is equal to, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? Square root of 2 upon pi integration 0 to x. Integrand will be e raised to minus u square. dt is root 2 du. So this is now 2 upon square root of pi integration 0 to x e raised to minus u square du. So this is dummy variable. You can be replace it by t if you are not convenient. Otherwise, this is nothing but the error function at x, and that is what we want to show, right? Here it is. No, not this one. It will be this one. Error function of fx. Error function at x is equal to alpha of x root 2, right? What will you do in this example? 9th number example.
x plus a is equal to t.
x plus a is equal to t ले लोगे तो corresponding limits जो है माइनस a जब भी लोगे तो वो 0 हो जाएगा, और a लोगे तो उस टाइम पे वो 2a हो जाएगा, राइट? तो at that time upper limit जो है वो 2a हो जाएगा. तो error function में you will get it as 2a. Quickly complete it. You will just require 2 minutes to complete this one. Are you getting root pi upon 2? Integral में वो multiple नहीं है तो 2 upon root pi you will require. Means you have to multiply and divide by that quantity. मैं solve करूँ या आप लोग कर लोगे? मुझे यहीं पे कर लेने दो, लगाओ तो minus a to a. I will assume this as I. So we have to choose x plus a is equal to t, so dx is equal to dt. X tends to minus a implies t tends to 0, x tends to a implies t tends to 2a. So what is this I will become? So I is integral 0 to 2a e raised to minus t square dx is same as dt, right? तो ये error function हो जाएगा, but for that you will require 2 upon square root of pi. So I have to multiply and divide that quantity. So 0 to 2a e raised to minus t square dt. So now you can see that this will become the error function at 2a, and square root of pi upon 2 is already there. So we have proved that quantity also, right? So all these examples corresponds to gamma function, beta function and error functions are over. Means 5th unit is over today, right? You can start practicing those examples which we have given to you. If you have any doubt corresponds to those examples, you can always ask your query, right? So thank you for your time today, because I have taken this extra class. And now if you don't have a doubt, you can leave this meeting. Bye, take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.